are back, episode 155, Yinzertainment podcast. It's Tuesday, November 10th. And if you live in Oregon, Origami, it's a good day to do some drugs, folks. Decriminalization of all drugs across the board in Oregon. Congrats to them.
I thought that was like last week.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about it. So here we are. I just wanted to shout them out quick. I thought they deserved it, So fire up your crack pipes.
Congrats to drugs on winning the war on drugs.
Exactly. Hey, who's back of the week? Drugs. Never left. Who are we kidding?
I was going to say, just like the Steelers.
Yes, the Steelers are back of the week. Great day to be an Oregonian. Is that a thing? What do you call yourself when you're from Oregon?
An Oregonian.
A guinea pig? An origami
no,
pig?
They're ducks.
Okay. Well, it's even better day to be a Steeler fan, because guess what, baby? We're 8-0. We did it. We fucking did it.
Can you believe it?
Despite 3 heart attacks that I may have had during the game, and despite everybody telling us we don't deserve it, here we are. We made it.
Don't care. I literally give 0 fucks about anybody's opinion on the Steelers being 8-0, whether they deserve it or not.
So should we even go ahead with the podcast if you don't want to hear our opinion?
This was episode 155. Go check us out, Yinzertainment.com.
I was like, what are you gonna argue? Yeah, you could say the Steelers shouldn't have won that game, but they did, right? Most Steelers are maybe not pulling through, but I've seen Ben play one too many times to know that if we're down in the fourth quarter, he's got it, baby. He's got it.
Well, again, same as every fucking week, same as we say every week, we are a one-half team. We came out flat in the first half, didn't do shit. We were getting our dicks stomped in, and I didn't panic yet. And I've learned that not to panic yet. Finally, it only took 8 games this season plus however many previous seasons, but yeah, you can't panic. Something's going to go down and they're going to climb their way back. So they did, and I was not surprised by it.
And a little shout out to my boy G Roar, who taught me from I think it was a year and a half ago, to wait to bet the Steelers in the second half.
That live bet.
If I want to make some moolah.
Oh yeah, you did do that, didn't you?
Yeah, it took them at -2.
Nice. And here we are to talk about it. I mean, don't get it twisted. A lot of room for improvement. I saw a lot of things that, like I said, gave me fucking heartburn just thinking about it. First of all, you're playing a 4th-string quarterback. Let's not forget that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just torching us the first half. I mean, CD Lamb, have yourself a day, kid. The fucking running game, maybe not even Zeke, but that Pollard dude.
Tony Pollard.
It was like Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins round 2. It was odd to see. But, yeah, they ran up and down that field on us.
I kind of expected Pollard to have a decent game because, he's the backup, and anytime he gets a chance to run, he's going to run the best he's ever ran. And when he comes in, the Steelers are like, it's going to be a pass play. We're not going to focus on him. And then bam, hits the hole, and he killed it.
Yeah. And I think we all kind of knew the Steelers weren't going to play that well coming into this game. We always talk about Steelers don't rise up to the occasion sometimes.
No, they play down all the time.
Exactly. They tend to play down also coming off, a long 3-game stretch against 3 tough opponents, plus the Ravens last week. You almost feel like the Steelers, relaxed a little bit, didn't go pedal to the metal, and kind of showed.
Yeah. Really, before we move any further, I just want to tell you guys this because I thought it was fucking crazy. Dak Prescott played the first 5 weeks. And so that would what? He's played. There's been 5 weeks since, or 4 weeks since.
4.
Dak Prescott is still the 37th ranked fantasy player.
I believe it because up until I think this week or last week, he was still like had the most passing yards for any quarterback. And he missed like the last 3 games.
How fucking insane is that?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking insane.
I guess in a way I believe it because I feel like there's a lot of teams that run the ball a lot. You know, like there's a lot of big running teams. So I guess if I like off the top of my head, if I think who passes a lot, Chiefs, but they also run the ball a lot, then after that
the Bengals lead the league in pass attempts, I believe. I know Joe Burrow does. So
yeah, dude's got like 55 pass attempts a game.
Russell Wilson.
No, it's like more than that.
Yeah.
But Tabby, I'm with you. But with Dak and Russ, it's also their ability to run.
Yeah.
And also, the Seahawks they do have a running back or running game, but like Zeke, he's top 20 players, I think.
Yeah.
So like they did have a running game, and he was just killing it. And they were coming back from down at half every single game. Yeah. But that's not the point. It's Steelers podcast, not the Cowgirls. However, I just wanted to shout out Dak. That injury sucks.
Yeah, well, if Dak was playing this game, it'd be a whole nother fucking ball game. So,
in a good way.
But I also think if Dak plays, you don't see such a flat Steelers team.
Right, that's what I just kind of meant in a good way.
I got you.
Yes, exactly, and that's what I wanted to say because I know Grover and I agreed on that.
Yeah,
because it's one of those things too. Because like when you go into the game, you hear, "Yo, they're playing the 4th string," you know, so and so's not playing well. You know what? Like, honestly, the Cowboys put up a fight because they had nothing to lose and everything to gain. Nobody thought they were going to win. And I think that was a difference there, too. You know, like, we essentially did get the best of the Cowboys in the sense that they were like,
best of what they had. Yeah.
You know, their mentality was like, fuck it, we could do these trick plays. We could run this. We could take these chances here because everybody expects us to get blown out.
That fucking punt trick play they did, dude.
Oh,
I thought it was all over. I thought it was all hell of a play. First of all, it fooled the fuck out of me. But yeah, 100%. It almost fooled the fuck out of the whole Steelers defense too. Thank God Dangerfield gets the block in the back haul, which I don't know if you saw the breakdown on the tape on that, but he ran from like the corner of the right side of the field all the way to the other corner on the other side of the field.
I did not see that, but yo, shout out to him though.
He covered like fucking probably 120 yards diagonally. Damn. Chasing this dude down. It was crazy.
That is insane.
So shout out to him for the hustle. Love it.
You know what? I honestly like I credit to the Cowboys. You know, they went out there and they fucking balled out and they played, and you know, we were resilient and didn't give up.
Yeah, well, I mean, good thing. I mean, listen, I don't know if I could have lived with a loss to the Cowboys like that. And like we said,
there's no way. I would, yeah.
That's it's like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be a team like that where like we think that we're gonna pound their dicks in and they just come out and beat the shit out of us. But had that happened, I don't think I would be able to sit here and talk Steelers football with you this week.
I guess isn't that like a testament to like the NFL too, though? Because like weren't we talking about like how crazy did the Bengals beat the Titans?
No, you know, I think you're saying how it's all rigged.
You know, like
wherever the most money's at.
You know, like who would ever thought like that? I mean, that game would happen like that.
Hey, speaking of money like that, is somebody paying the Steelers offensive coordinators and offensive team to call shitty plays on purpose for an entire first half? That's why we went down so much, dude.
If they have, they've been paying that guy for as long as this podcast has been going.
Listen, why are we running? It was 2nd and 14 on our own 20. 2nd and 14. And we run the ball. Up the middle, if I'm not mistaken. What are we doing? 2nd and 14 early in the game on our own 20. What? That is the worst play call I've ever heard of. 4th down. We're trying to get the first down. We give it to Snell. And granted, we say Snell's the bruiser all the time, right? But like, dude, James Conner has been having a year. We hardly even saw him at all last game. I don't even know if if he had more than fucking 10 rushing attempts.
He didn't. He had 9 for 22.
And why? Why is that the case? And why are we then running with Benny Snell on 4th down when if James is the guy, like we've seen for the past 7 weeks, it's just all so confusing, dude. I don't get it.
I agree because I agree with you, but also I don't feel like we had very successful runs, but I don't feel like we were creative enough in our passing game either until the second quarter, which I don't understand either. It's like we're too afraid to commit to one like scheme and then we can't transition well into something else. You know, we're like, oh, we'll like kind of dabble here. And I feel like that really screws us over, you know, especially when like, you know, the first three drives are just, you know, it turns into 3 punts, you know, like that's kind of gets tired.
What I think is going on is that the Steelers' grade for prepping each week is an F. They are so bad at prepping, whether it be the offense or the defense, special teams, whatever. They come out looking like they're a winless team, but then they get an A+ or an A grade for halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason they win games.
And so that's what you say, because then I've thought like, what's gonna happen if, not to look too far ahead, but like we fucking play the Chiefs at some point. Dude, remember the last time we played the Chiefs and they fucking scored 5 touchdowns in the first half on us?
Yeah.
Kind of. When I think of the Chiefs, I think of when they were like 5-0, and then the Steelers went into Arrowhead Stadium and then gave them their first loss of the season, which was pretty sick.
Well,
But,
I think,
Tevye, I'm with you. The Chiefs are the best team in the AFC and the NFL. We would get fucking, it would be like a 30-3 game like the Patriots was week 1.
Yeah, dude, they come out fucking flying. That's the thing, like our defense.
And they don't stop.
Yeah, our defense bails us out so much that we can't seem to fucking find the balls to, you know, help them out a little bit.
I think the concern as a whole is just good quarterbacks in the league. I'm worried about against, you know, a Steelers defense. I mean, sure, we played Lamar Jackson, but he's a better runner than a thrower.
It's Andy Reid behind all.
But I mean, my biggest concern is like playing the Seahawks in the AFC Championship or some shit. Like
that would never happen.
I mean, well, whatever. The Super Bowl, they're NFC. You're right. Because I was talking about it with somebody. I'm like,
probably
at some point we got to worry about the Seahawks in coming against us and beating us, and it's like
no issue.
I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of fucking scared to play the Bills.
Dude, the Bills, fucking Seahawks, the Chiefs. I mean, good coaches with a good quarterback, like you said, Michael, is gonna be our fucking kryptonite.
The Steelers beat the Titans, and the Titans beat the Bills. And the Seahawks lost to the Niners, and like this whole season's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
But I'm not worried about the Seahawks. The Seahawks are like the last thing that I'm worried about because we don't meet the Seahawks until we get through the Chiefs.
Yeah, right. Dude,
and
I mean, how we
got to beat the
cover...
Ravens again. Got to beat the Bills.
How are we gonna cover, you know, the Tyreek Hills, the DK Metcalfs?
No.
Like, I just don't.
I mean, still gonna play the Bengals.
Jumpman Joe.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. After the first half, you guys still got me?
Yeah.
Something popped up on my screen. Give me a sec.
Whatever, dude.
Oh, that boring.
Always on Ty's time.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. FIFA tonight?
Yeah, I'll probably be down.
What an inopportune time for Adobe to try to fucking remind me of some bullshit.
I want to invest in Adobe so bad.
You should do it, dude. Follow your dreams.
It's a lot of cheddar.
But anyways, back to this play calling nonsense. We saw it last week. We saw it this most recent game. Second half, we come out in a no back formation and let Ben sling it. And I think that's the point in the game the past 2 weeks where Ben has taken over the play calling. And it seemed to work, which I love, but it's kind of counterintuitive to what I've always said, where we need to establish a run game, set up the play action, and let Ben bomb it deep. I still think that's the best route to victory for the Steelers is set up the run game, set up the play action. You let Ben unleash hell. But I mean, dude, you can't argue that the past 2 weeks, letting Ben sling it out of the no back formation is fucking working. They're playing backyard football. He's got so many weapons, so many options. You can't cover them all, and it's fucking working.
Well, even in the first half, you saw Ben air one out to Chase Claypool, and he barely missed him by a few yards, but dude, he puts it to him in stride, and he's off, man. That's a touchdown all day.
Yeah.
And it's I feel like it's like he's right there, And as we talk about, the Steelers aren't on all cylinders, going all the way yet. We're still slowly going up.
Yeah, I've said it, I know, every year, and I also compare it to how I play Madden with the Steelers, now the Vegas Beats. Anyway, the year's 2039. And you can, establishing the run, serious question, establishing the run game, getting the play action going, and then being able to throw it deep, wouldn't you say that's the exact goal for every single team?
By the way, to clarify, not throw it deep, but be able to throw it.
Yes.
Right. But I don't think so. I don't think,
assuming that everyone's got like the same talent and stuff, because like the Steelers, and that's what I was going to say, is Steelers don't have a solid number one running back. James Conner is great. He's good running back, but he's not a Dalvin Cook or a Derrick Henry and a this and that. Like those guys make Tannehill and Kirk Cousins have a job.
Right.
Big
Yeah.
Ben and the Steelers are most efficient when it's an empty set or a shotgun formation, 4 wideouts or 2 tight ends and whatever.
Or stack the receivers on one side.
Yeah, spread the field, throw the ball. And someone just said he bombed it, he aired it out to Claypool, and he just missed it. If I'm calling plays, I'm going right back to that same exact fucking play. Stop running a 2 and out or a draw, and then it's 4th down and you're punting it.
But the problem is, if it's 2nd and 10 or third and 8, at that point, like why not do that on the first play?
If it's 3rd and 8, I'm still going empty set like every time. Stop running the fuck.
Hey, listen, this year I'll agree with you because it's been working. We have the receivers to make it work this year. Last year, I would have said, no, you got to run. You got to stop the play action.
And we had the receivers last year to make it work, but we didn't have
the quarterback. Right. But this year it's kind of clicking more. I mean, Deontay and Ben not looking like they're clicking very much lately.
An inconvenience to the Steelers and fantasy owners right now.
He's inconsistent.
He needs to stay. He's an inconvenience because of his inconsistency. And, he needs to get healthy, number one.
Yeah. But
we need him healthy on the field.
My biggest problem in all of it, as far as the empty set versus the fucking run game or whatever, is that our offense has become so predictable in the first half where we see the run, pass. I mean, when we start setting up the second half in empty sets the whole second half, obviously they know what the fuck is coming. And if they get enough pressure on the quarterback, it's all done. So it's like we need to be more creative with our play calling. We need to just mix it up more. Not do one or the other, but fucking, like you said, Michael, you miss a deep ball one time, fucking go right back at it. Who's expecting it?
And I need to say this is the biggest thing, and we saw it during the game. Big Ben's pump fake should get him arrested. And
it's disgusting.
Because it doesn't get him arrested, he needs to use it once a drive.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum.
I don't know why he doesn't.
He undresses grown men with that.
Dude, it's amazing to see, like, who was it, the James Washington? When he did that, how everybody just stopped, and then they had to pick up and go back again.
It's insane, dude.
And by the way, I called it last week that James Washington was going to catch a deep ball from Ben.
Yeah.
Just saying, I'm not a savant, but I might be.
A savant?
Oh.
What's up, Reyes? I do.
Surveys.
Yeah. And I mean, we and the media has rarely talked about James Washington this year. But he's just as a threat as every other guy we've mentioned.
Right. Well, I think when you break it out on paper, like teams just seem to forget about him. I mean, he's not the number 1 through 3 in my mind at this point in time. So
Well,
it's
also,
like
In your mind, who? I mean,
Juju, Claypool, and then
Deontay.
Deontay.
if
Yeah.
I'd even throw Eric Ebron in the mix.
Oh yeah, or Ebron at this point.
Yeah, I feel like he gets more. Like he gets more than DJ.
If you guys, I mean, because I'm just looking at the box score from this past week, based on yards, it was Juju, Deontay, Chase, and Ebron.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Washington only had 1 catch, and it was a TD.
And that's what I was telling you.
He's effective.
Guy, did I not say, yo, I was like, I don't think he's caught a single pass all game.
That Deshaun Jackson shit, bro, from like earlier in his career when he was just the street guy. You would hit him a couple times a game deep.
And that's what's crazy to me is you compare Claypool, Juju, Deontay, and James. I think, I mean, just looking at it, I would say James is the slowest out of all of them. But he's the one that you see streaking down the field that's wide open.
Do you think that's because he's a better route runner or something? I'm like genuine question. I have no idea.
I don't think he's a better route runner than.
I think he's a pretty good route runner.
I think he is too, but I think
but I agree.
He's not better than any of those other 3 at route running, nor is he faster. I
Who do you think is the best route runner we have?
I would probably say Deontay or Juju.
I'm just gonna say Juju based off. I feel like Deontay drops too many, or he's like 1 second too late. And I don't know if that's him and Ben not clicking, or it's just him. But I feel like it happens more often between them two than anybody else.
Only between them two, it feels like.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, it'll be like just 1 step or something where I'm like, yo, like, fuck. I was like, that was so close. I was like, that would have been so epic. First down.
Yeah, and I guess the reason I said Deontay is because of his release and his footwork. He kind of like, I mean, he's like a Chad Johnson. He's not bigger than you, but he's like AB, bro. AB's feet were so good.
But I will
Roy's
say,
got a foot fetish.
Huge.
Well, I was gonna say, I will say, whenever DJ and Ben figure it out, that's gonna be so fucking deadly. Cause like, dude, we saw what Deontay did last year with Rudolph and Duck. Like, dude, the guy was making it look fucking easy.
And it doesn't really have anything to do with route running. I guess just running. But Deontay earlier in the season had he led the NFL in forced missed tackles. Like, that dude can cut on a dime and then get back up to 22 miles per hour.
Well,
He's got fucking feet. I was watching the game with Tapia, you know, and like every time you catch the ball, he puts a juke on. But sometimes it's to his own detriment.
To go.
Yeah. I was telling Alex, I was like, you need to sometimes just pick a side and fucking go. Get what you can. You don't need to do the fancy shit sometimes.
Like the one where they hit him out wide and then he's running along the sideline and then he cut in. He cut in and tried to cut back out. Like, dude, just fucking go. Like, he ended up getting stopped like 10 yards short of the end zone. Maybe he wouldn't have scored, but I feel like probably would have at least made it to like maybe the 6 or 5. It just keeps going because, dude, he's not afraid of contact either. So I feel like he would have just plowed through there.
Yeah, that's what I like about all of the players on the Steelers is, I mean, especially Ben, not afraid of contact, baby.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about fucking Ebron's touchdown?
Yeah.
How disgusting was that?
First of all, sealed the victory with it, so shout him out. But yeah, hurdling a player into the end zone is top 5 coolest sports moments.
Oh man.
Maybe not top 5, maybe top 10 coolest sports moments.
Dude, well, I yelled, I was yelling, ESPN top 10, ESPN top 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely top 10. That's so sick.
Does ESPN do a top 10 still? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
SportsCenter.
I haven't watched SportsCenter in probably like 4 years.
I just started watching a little bit again since I working from home. And
since they started laying everybody off?
Yeah. Pretty much since, COVID. It's been, top plays are weak now, though. But Ebron's wasn't. Ebron was sick. Ebron was a sick addition. We called it from the start, just like a lot of people were excited about it. And yeah, he's killing it. And I love seeing him being excited on Twitter and shit.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
he loves it. And then also shout out Juju, dude, getting that catch and just plowing himself into the end zone.
Juju is a fighter. Like his football IQ is pretty high. He knows where he's at on the field. He knows how many yards he has to get. And I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, at third down, where he got hit and then he fought and jumped for like it's huge.
Yeah, well, he scored that touchdown, and then he was starting to run to the star.
Yeah.
He was starting to make his way, and it looked like James Conner stopped him.
Well,
Tappy, tell him.
He got the ball knocked out of his hands, and then Woodson was like protecting the star, and he was like ready to get after him.
Well, I was gonna say
and then Claypool ran up to whoever it was and knocked it out, and was like, "Yo, like don't fucking do that to my boy."
But before the game, you sent me, I think, Tappy.
Oh yeah, he was dancing on the star. And
yeah,
Cowboys fans
and a lot of people were giving him shit because he was doing it when the kickers were warming up, and none of the other Cowboys players were out there.
Where's he gonna go if the kickers are on the 40, 30 kicking it? There's only one spot on the field to go. And fuck the Cowboys.
Bad. I mean,
good juju.
I respect the showmanship part of it. You know, you do the TO on the star thing, but maybe not the point in the game to be doing it. We were way closer than we wanted it to be or needed it to be, coming from being down all game. Maybe next time we play them and we're crushing them by 20 points, you could dance on the star. But I don't know if that's time to be doing it.
Some would argue that would be even worse sportsmanship. It's like dunking the ball with 30 seconds left when you're up 30. It's like, no, dude, just run the clock out. Just dribble it up. No, we're going to go dance on their logo. You do when things are close. You get your team fucking hype, bruh.
Or you get a penalty and you ruin the game.
You piss the other team off, so they punch you and they get the penalty.
Oh, you mean like fucking what's his name punched Anthony McFarland when he was laying on the ground?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Dude, that was such bullshit.
I don't know, man. It looked like McFarland was trying to get him off of him. Like,
he definitely had him.
Yeah, the guy definitely swiped at him, so I don't know.
Yeah, dude, he was lucky that he swiped at him with an open hand, not a closed fist.
Yeah. Would have been bye-bye now.
Yeah,
bye-bye.
People are so stupid. Why these dudes punching the other dude in a helmet with a helmet on?
Like the guy from the Bears.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, like, are you stupid? That
Even
dude only got 2 games too, didn't he? Wins.
Yeah, he did, which is crazy to me.
If I'm that's fine or suspension came from the NFL, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I was gonna say, if I'm the Bears, I'm giving that guy an extra 2 games worth of paychecks because baller.
Yeah, but he's a nobody, so it's like,
which is even better for me. Like, this dude is fighting for a position to even be on a roster, and fucking Gardner Johnson or whatever his name is on the Saints, he was pulling some shit all night. So dude finally stepped up and did something. I don't think what he did was right, but I'm shout out to him for doing something.
Dude, honestly, I think I would have been like, yo, whoever the other wide receiver was like, we're switching that guy, it's gonna guard me. And that's when you fucking take it out on him. You just fucking one-time hit him.
Yeah. The only thing with that is receivers don't pick who guard them.
I know, but you make him guard you. You switch.
Hey.
you.
Come here.
you there.
Dude, it's like what? Dude, it's a thing. You can be like, yo, come guard me.
Yeah, taunt him. Yeah, for sure. It's like some Cortland Finnegan, Andre Johnson shit.
Yeah, that shit was dope. That shit was so dope. That was so long ago too, which is hilarious. But let's talk about the special teams here. Boswell misses the extra point, hits a 59-yard field goal, which is his career long, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm pretty sure that's a Steelers franchise long.
It is. Also, are we any upset at Juju for taking up the kicker's time and not letting Boswell get into his groove before the game?
No. Boswell, all he does at practice is just kick it through the uprights.
And a guy comes in, ruins your mojo a little bit because he wants to put a video on TikTok.
I don't think it had anything to do with it, if I had to guess.
If a
Well,
guy on TikTok
I'm
ruins your
just-
mojo, then you are the problem.
I only ask because there's been 3 different football like shows I've talked about. Why was Juju doing his dance while Bowser's trying to warm up and get his kicks in before the game?
But none of those professional analysts decided to talk about the fact that maybe it's because Jordan Berry's been back for a couple weeks, and ever since then, fucking Boswell's been struggling a little bit because he's got somebody new holding the ball instead of Colquitt.
But I guess Jordan Berry isn't new technically.
Yeah, but he wasn't here all fucking first however many games. It's new,
So he wasn't
new
here
this
the
year.
first 4 games, but he was here the past like 3 years.
Yeah, and Boswell struggled 2 years ago, pretty heavy. So I don't know. I don't think it's Juju. I think
I don't think so either, and that's why I don't think it's Juju's fault either. I don't know what happened or why he missed that, but then afterwards I was like, "Yo, is Boz? Is he getting the heebie-jeebies a little?"
Well, I think this game why he missed it is because the Cowboys jumped over our offensive line every single time Boswell was kicking the ball. And not a single fucking time did anyone make an adjustment to not let that man over the line.
Well, that's why
I
we
don't
went for it on
understand.
4th and 1.
Isn't that illegal?
As
I
long
thought
as
it
you
was
don't, as long as you don't put your hands on your team,
As long as you don't touch
as long
the
as you don't
center,
touch anybody, you can jump the
you
line.
can't touch the center either, right?
No, you can't line up over the center. Can't touch the center. You can't touch anybody.
So
You gotta just jump,
my solution to that is if I'm the center, when you snap it,
stand up.
don't put your head into the ball and block it, but yeah, probably stand up and push. Come on, what the fuck? How are you gonna let a guy jump over you every single time?
Well, I think the problem was that it wasn't they were initially they were lining up offset. It was like they were doing an adjustment in the last 3 seconds. It was like they would yell something and then you would see them shift, and then that's when they would do it every time.
Yeah,
and it
but
was
they
like
did
it,
every
and I think it was
time.
different all 3 times too.
And I think Kevin Adams said it on Twitter. He was like, whoever's responsible for that happening so many times, which again leading to the going for it on 4th and 1 instead of kicking a field goal to win, needs to be held accountable and fired.
Dude, and also, my thought is, how do we not pull a fucking fake on one of those?
Yeah.
They're
Good point,
going to jump. Fuck it, let's do a fake.
I'm glad they didn't in hindsight, but yeah, switch it up. You're fighting for your life against a shitty fucking 1-7 team or whatever.
I don't know exactly how it works, but can we make Mason Rudolph or Duck Hodges or Josh Dobbs the holder?
Probably.
Those dudes know how to receive a ball from the center, and you guys are just talking about fakes.
Yeah. I think you can put whoever you want out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But it's the one thing where I was going to say, it's like, I know you can do it in Madden, but
Right.
I know that, yeah. So
I know that Madden's not real.
it's pretty real, dude.
Let's talk defense, though. Defense, again, we talked how, we got ran all over this game, but the secondary looked decent in the second half anyway. I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick, that man is just an angel. I love that man to death. He had interception, and I think there was a play where Cam Sutton punched the ball out of CeeDee Lamb's hands, and Minkah came up with it.
Yeah,
so dude's just a
Horace
ball hawk.
Boyd.
And I'm all about it.
Is sick.
And if it weren't for him, that secondary would be it just wouldn't be as good as they have been.
Even Avery Williamson played a few snaps.
Did he get in? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, because in the picture when they took a picture in the end zone, he was in there, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, I didn't realize it. Honestly, TMI, I was way too baked during that game. Dude, I was struggling to pay attention very hard. It was nice. Kind of took the edge off.
But more importantly, TJ Watt. Now, people know TJ as the sack guy. He's got a nice sack, whatever. But there were 3 times I counted this past game where he had a batted ball. 3 batted balls in one game. The dude, I didn't see him. It looked like there was more times this game than in recent games where he would hit the lineman, but then back up and, jump at the ball as opposed to trying to just kill the quarterback. And I loved it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love seeing TJ sack the quarterback, but the defensive, what's the word I'm looking for? IQ maybe is just keeps getting better and better each game. Dude's a workhorse too, which helps.
Yeah,
he had 0 tackles.
Well, there you have it. How many batted balls? Can you confirm?
I don't see that. One assisted tackle and half a sack.
I was gonna say I feel like the Cowboys did a really good job of making our outside linebackers who rush drop into coverage.
Yeah.
Bud Dupree had 1 tackle. Between Bud and TJ, there's 1 tackle.
I was gonna say they got up in their grill, but I don't feel like we were as dominant on the outside as we normally are. There were times, when we did sag, I thought it was like Cam Hayward stuff to it, breaking in through the middle.
Hayward fucking bulldozing his way up the middle, which was just a sight to behold.
Hayward had half of a sack, and Highsmith got a sack.
Mm-hmm. Really missing Tyson Alu.
Yep.
Is that how you say it? Alu. Alu. Yeah, really missing him up front, and you didn't really realize it until he was gone. How big of a presence he had on that defensive line. I feel like.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
He's been one of the top 10 highest graded defenders on the line. I think.
I fucking believe it. Isn't on the offensive side Kevin Dotson number 1 ranked or something, or fucking?
Is he?
They were up there top. I don't know.
I mean, good for him because he wasn't.
Maybe not Dotson. Maybe that.
Well, you're right, but I think that might have been a couple of weeks ago.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Kevin Dotson, dude, because he wasn't even a starter, but with some of the injuries we've had, he stepped up pretty big. Also,
different.
I was gonna say lifelong Steeler.
Yeah, different names making impact is what I'm hearing, and I love it. But real quick, ESPN came out with a mid-season awards thing, just I don't know, some stupid bullshit ESPN likes to do all the time. Defensive Player of the Year mid-season, they got Myles Garrett number 1, Aaron Donald number 2, and Marlon Humphrey number 3. And nowhere on that list is the name TJ Watt, and that should be fucking criminal.
First of all, you need to take Myles Garrett off there. I think he's the most overrated.
I think so too. And that's not being a biased Steelers fan hating the Browns. It's
me either. Look, I think he's a great player. I think he could be a way better defender on another team. But Aaron Donald, Marlon Humphrey, I agree with that. But you also then need to put TJ Watt in there.
And Offensive Rookie of the Year midseason, they got Justin Herbert number 1, Joe Burrow number 2, and Justin Jefferson number 3. I don't know. One could make the argument that Claypool fucking should be on that list.
Hot take, dude. Fuck ESPN. They know nothing.
It's not a hot take at all. That's a good take. They suck.
I was going to say the only thing is, until you said Justin Jefferson, I was going to say I feel like it's normally quarterbacks.
Yeah.
For MVP, rookie, But, I mean, I've got Justin Jefferson in fantasy, and I'm about to do a little comparison here of Claypool.
I was going to say, what about Devontae Adams? What about DK Metcalf?
They're not rookies.
That was rookie.
Oh, we're talking rookies. I'm sorry.
How's
CeeDee Lamb doing?
So far, Claypool and Jefferson are better than CeeDee Lamb because I have CeeDee Lamb in fantasy too.
Yeah.
Jefferson and Claypool. So far this season, Claypool has put up more fantasy points by 1.2 fantasy points.
How well is J.K. Dobbins doing?
Tapia, I can only compare the two right now.
Dude, why can you only compare 2 if you have 2 phones?
Yeah, what do you got 2 phones for if you're not going to compare 2 comparisons at one comparison?
Because J.K. Dobbins that's not why I did this.
I didn't do this for you, JK. I didn't do this for you.
Claypool's got 2 more receiving touchdowns. Jefferson has 200 something more yards. But Claypool also has 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. I know that's tough too.
They're pretty similar. So yes, Ty, Claypool's name should 100% be in that running.
Fucking respect on
that one might be a little biased, but the TJ Watt one is not biased at all, and that's just
No,
blasphemous.
it's not. He's been getting shit on from the media like last year too. It's unbelievable.
I don't get it. Is it because he's a Pittsburgh Steeler?
I don't
Is
know,
it because
man.
he's white? Is it because
I
he's?
think it's the white thing.
Is it because he's JJ Watt's little brother? I don't know. Like I don't understand.
JJ is secretly paying these media outlets to rank TJ worse.
Well, have you guys seen all the rumors about where JJ Watt might go next year?
If you say the Steelers, I'm gonna laugh in your face.
Well, hold on. First of all, hold on.
First of all, fuck you.
Yeah, I've been hearing that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Well, here, let me just explain to you, and you guys tell me what you think. So it looks like the new GM coming in might look to either trade him or cut him. Probably can't trade him because salary cap's about $17.5 million, so that's not going to happen anywhere. So it looks like they're probably going to cut him, and so that way he's a free agent to go anywhere. And the top 4 teams that they're predicted he goes to are Chiefs, Steelers, Seattle, and I can't remember the 4th.
So it sounds like he has a good shot at winning a Super Bowl.
So and that's what they were saying, that like, look, if he gets cut and Texans still have to pay him whatever, he then can go sign on a team for $3-4 million, get a ring, and then leave. It's not the worst take. Like,
I'll give it to you.
You know what? Like, I mean, think about it, like I could see him go to any of those teams. Right? Like you get the pick of the litter.
I could see him on the Seahawks with Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Didn't they play together once upon a time?
Chiefs?
Yeah, they did.
See, and that's the thing, like, and with Bud being on the franchise tag, depending on the route that the Steelers take, are they going to pay him?
So you're saying there's a chance?
I think if all the stars align, there could be. If he does get cut and he decides to only sign for $3 or $4 million, I think that's a no-brainer in the Steelers' eyes. Plus, he gets to be with his brothers.
Yeah, that'd be convenient from a parenting point.
Yeah, then they could all finally just get one jersey that says Watt.
Yeah.
But what number?
No number, blank.
You just add them all up.
No, just put the 3 diamonds on the back because you got your 3 sons.
Yeah, just put Watt 3.
Yeah.
There you go. So let's look ahead to next week then, shall we? The Steelers, first of all, came out today, the reserve and COVID list. Sounds like might have been Vance McDonald had the COVID up in the Steelers locker room there. So keeping an eye on that situation. That would suck if we had to miss a game or postpone a game or forfeit a game or whatever.
Or play a game without Big Ben and fucking lose our undefeated season to the fucking butthole Bengals.
Right. Ben's on the IR list, Gerald Hawkins, Jalen Samuels, and
Vince
hit me. Williams.
It just hit me. If Ben cannot play this week, but we still have to play the Bengals, date back to last year when we played the Bengals with Mason Rudolph, you get Jalen Samuels, you run the Wildcat against the Wildcat.
No, Jalen Samuels on the COVID list.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's what I just said. But I saw a video like not 20 minutes, probably like an hour ago of last year Duck Hodges torching one downfield to Washington against the Bengals.
Dude, I say quarterback committee, give me some Josh Dobbs, baby.
Well, so here's the thing: is Ben fucking fucked up both his knees? Not seriously, it sounds like, thank God, but he's hurting. Obviously, we saw that last week, but so it sounds like at this point it's gonna be Mason. And I'm pretty sure I saw today that Tomlin said, Mason's been taking all the snaps in practice as it is. My question to you is 2 parts. You go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, to add to the statement you're making, Ben doesn't have COVID. He was just around somebody that did, and he's tested negative so far.
Right, but I
Okay,
think he's
and
also
that's-
fucking.
See, but that's what I was thinking. Who the fuck was he around that had COVID that wasn't Vance McDonald? So if he was around Vance McDonald, the other 50-something people on the roster were also around Vance McDonald. So how are you going to take a person that doesn't have COVID, who tested negative for COVID, put him on the COVID reserved list, and then the rest of the team is scot-free?
Yeah, well, I guess. Look, I don't.
What about Ebron? Was he not
I-
running through drills with fucking Vance McDonald?
I agree with you too because I don't understand how that works. Because Matthew Stafford last week almost didn't play. Same thing happened that Ben's going through, and he ended up playing this past weekend. So yeah, exactly. Like,
How is he on the COVID reserve list when he doesn't have COVID?
Oh, wait. Just to clarify.
No, because I saw like Tapia. He doesn't have COVID.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's the reserve / COVID list. It's not the COVID reserve. He's on the.
So why would they?
reserve.
So
I thought because he was hurt.
No, but I saw they put him on the reserve / COVID list. That they're not the same thing. That's what the slash means. Is
Right, exactly.
one and the same. They're not the same. Are they?
I think the slash means they're not the same.
I don't know. And then also,
Well, then they shouldn't have used the slash.
Well,
Well,
they,
yeah,
I know
it
they.
can get confused. Listen, I didn't write it, but it is confusing. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I also saw that they had the day off yesterday, but they didn't feel like Ben needed to go into the building to get assessed for any injury. They'll just get an MRI whenever he comes in, just to make sure everything's okay. But they weren't like too worried about it.
Yeah. So at any point, it sounds like Mason Rudolph's going to be the starter for this week against the
No,
Bengals.
no,
So
I refuse to believe it. Nope,
if it comes down to this,
nope. I'm
is
out.
that the right choice in the backup that you start?
No, not at all.
And
Not
can
at all.
he beat the Bengals?
No, he can't either. No.
We saw a glimpse of it
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
end of the
not.
second
That was
quarter
not very
last
good.
week, and it was bad.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
But give him a whole game. Maybe he could find a groove. Who knows?
What are the chances we can find Garrett Gilbert?
Gilbert's grapes.
Yeah, let's just bring that guy in. Obviously, that guy knows how to fucking sling a rock.
Fucking Gilbert's grapes, dude. Fucking torched our defense, man, for a half.
No,
So did Jeff Driscoll.
dude, and actually, the whole time that was going on, I was like, why is it that the Steelers can never fucking handle backups?
They make backups look good until they play Baker, who they make look like a backup.
Then you take him to Baker Square, dude. Who was also on the COVID list, for what it's
Yeah.
worth.
On a bye week.
Yeah, so didn't really matter. But anyways, do you think we can beat the Bengals with Mason? Is my question to you.
Look, yes,
Blind confidence. I love it.
yes, but it's not going to be a credit to Mason. It's going to be a credit to everyone else.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking too.
No
Just
offense,
like
Mason.
every single win that we get, we credit it to the team, not to Ben, not to Juju, not to Boswell, even though we blame a lot of losses on him.
I would
It's
never.
team effort. It's team effort. And yeah, I think it's different coming into a game than it is starting a game.
Definitely. I would
Especially,
agree with that.
I was watching SportsCenter or First Take earlier, and they were saying this whole COVID thing for the Steelers and Big Ben's injuries, it's good to have it earlier in the week than later. So Mason has an entire week to prepare, not to go throw 500 yards, but he's got a week to prepare rather than they find out on Thursday Big Ben's got it, and then Mason's shuffling to get ready.
I'm so ready for the double jets we were about to run.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I think, maybe we're gonna need to get the run game going here, incorporate it. Not to sound like a broken fucking record.
We do Wildcat, line up Farland, Snell, and Connor in the back.
Listen, why aren't we doing more end arounds to Chase Claypool? They always work.
Same thing as reach arounds.
Yeah. Why don't we?
I run the end around to my receiver in Madden all the time. It's a great play.
because it's real life.
Grower, when the fuck are you gonna apply to be the OC with the Steelers?
Seriously, dude.
I've got a good resume for it.
I know.
I don't know if I ever told you guys, but
Being dead serious.
I have the letter. In 5th grade, I wrote a letter to Jim Mora, the coach for the Falcons
Maora.
at the time, and I sent him a wide receiver reverse play And he wrote back to me, even signed a picture, told me his favorite food was his mom's spaghetti. And he said that he was going to try to put the play in the game against the Panthers that week, but I didn't get to watch the game.
You should write him now and ask him if he ever did.
Kind of too late
Yo,
for
did
that,
you ever
but
run my play?
I'm gonna actually try to find that letter because
Dude, I think NFL Films technically has every game that you can like watch.
if I could find that letter and the date on it, I'll go back and find that film.
Also, to McGrory's credit, he was the quarterback of his 10th grade Raiders football team. Or 10-year-old, not 10th grade.
Facts. And I also threw 2 frisbees in the middle slit and can jam.
I was witness to
and then
that.
punted one in.
Yeah, it was a good day to be an athlete, that's for sure.
So yeah, sign me up to be your next OC.
And with
Yeah.
that,
Dude, I would love to see you on the sideline with a big old chaw in your mouth, just calling plays.
with
Nah.
that fucking Andy Reid visor across.
You'd
his
be like, all right,
forehead.
guys, bring it in. Look, in Madden, when Yao Ming was on my team and Bronny Jr., this is what we did, all right? So it's going to work. And if it
McGrory
doesn't, it's your fault.
McGrory doesn't show his players game tape. He just shows him games of him playing Madden.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let me break it down for you when I was playing this Madden game, what we did in a similar situation,
I mean, it's a
Shit.
simulation, so it's
just like life.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Let's get score predictions for the Bengals next week. Let's get one if
geez.
Ben plays and one if Ben doesn't play, because those are 2 totally different predictions. I think if Ben plays, I'm gonna go. Whoa.
31-20.
Nice. I'm gonna go 24-16.
I'm going 31-20 based on Ben playing.
Okay. I'm going 24-16 based on Ben playing.
And then I'm going to go 31-20 based on Ben not playing.
What was it?
31-20 if Mason starts. And then 31-20 if Ben starts. And then 30-20 if Dobbs starts.
No, dude, if Dodd plays 40 burger all day.
Yeah,
40
easy.
zip because he's also going to be playing safety.
If Ben doesn't play, I'm gonna go 19-17. I don't know how we get there,
Doesn't matter.
but we get there.
If Ben plays, I'm calling 30-13. If Mason plays, I'm thinking
we just forfeit.
I'd love to. That guy's a fucking idiot.
I was thinking we could also pick one player each
17-6.
that'll score.
Okay. Well, I was right
17-6.
last week, so I'm on a heater.
No, you weren't.
James Washington, bitch.
No, you actually never said it. You said it 2 weeks ago.
I don't fucking believe.
Yeah, that doesn't
at
count.
all. You're
Yeah,
a
no,
fucking
I wrote
cheating
it down. I'm
liar.
telling you because I looked at my notes.
Maybe I didn't pick him for my player to shine, if you will, but I definitely said that it's time that he has a game. Called it.
Okay, all right. Tell me right now who you think then, so I can write it down.
Juju.
Yeah, that's.
He's so conflicted.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Necesito usar el baño. My
I'm gonna
pick
go-
is Juju.
I'm gonna go. I want to go Claypool, but just to get cute with it, I'll go Deontay, because that gives myself some wiggle room in case Mason does play. He likes Deontay.
Actually, he's like best buds with James Washington. They hang out all the time.
Yeah, but they didn't really click last year at all.
But that was last year. What about this year?
It's a good point,
Dude,
Tappy.
you're in the past. You gotta go to the future.
Good point,
Present
Tappy.
day, present
Couldn't
day.
have said it better myself, dude.
Okay, if you're calling that, I want to say our boy Ray gets one.
Ooh, return, or is he? You called this a couple weeks ago. You called it Ray return.
Yep, I'm
didn't
writing
see it come to
Ray
fruition.
return.
Is it return or is it just touchdown? Because he could catch one or run
So,
one. For
I'm
all
going
we know.
return. I'm going return.
Okay.
That's my wild one. My safe one. I'm going Snell, TD.
That's fair. I thought about picking him too. But yeah. Not bad. 3:25 game time again, Tapia. Maybe I come over early this time around. We fucking tie one on. Maybe take a little weed edibles and get the day started.
Yeah, I have zero plans for Sunday, so I will not be late.
Neither do I. I don't think I have anything going on. So it's gonna be a beautiful day to be a beautiful day.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool. Well, there you have it. We'll see what the fucking Steelers can do with the backup quarterback running the show, Mason Rudolph.
No,
Hope it doesn't come to it, but
what you meant to say was excited to watch the Steelers W on Sunday with Tapia.
yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you for that.
Gang, gang.
And with that, gang, we out you. Episode 155, Yinzertainment podcast.
Yo, rest in peace to Alex Trebek.
Fucking damn.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
Big Sean just mentioned.
Pour one out.
Bro, I'm going to pour one out for sure. I'm going to go pour some more wine and then pour it right in the sink for Alex because that's the way he would have wanted it.
Alex Trebek, not Alex Tapia.
And he probably would have wanted you to drink it, not pour it out. So
Yeah, so I just won't pour anything out. I'll pour it in my mouth.
No, pour it out into your mouth.
And then back into your butt. He would want it.
He would want it that way. Episode 155, Yinzertainment podcast. Go to yinzertainment.com. The links to the social media, the podcast are on there. We are now Yinz Daily on on everything, I guess, except the website.
That costs money.
Yeah. YINZ Daily on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube page. Subscribe while you're there. Apple Podcast, Spotify. We will be on YouTube. It's all there, dude. It's all square.
You just gotta look for it.
Yeah, you just gotta look hard. Yinz Daily or Yinzertainment if that fucking doesn't work. You know how we do. Next week, episode 156 with the Bengals W. Hey, I said it last week.
Not a Bengals W.
A W
Steelers
over the
W.
Bengals. You get it. I said it last week on the podcast, just like coincidentally, but I'm gonna say it right now again because it makes sense this time. Who day? We day. Fuck them Bengals.
Who you think gonna beat them Bengals? We. Let's get it.
This one. These guys.
Ty or Tapia, one of you that has it, if you watch that Super Bowl XL video, that DVD, it's in
Did
there.
you give that to me?
I have it. I picked it up yesterday and I almost watched it.
And then I put it back down.
And then I put it down and used it as a coaster.
I moved it from my den into my living room.
It's progress, baby. It's progress. That's all you can ask for. Episode 155. We out of here.